Hello, welcome to another Glenn Maney Talks Chelsea video, and this is just a vent really, just to get something off my chest. Last night we lost to Tottenham in the Carabao Cup. I've done a review. I didn't bother scoring the players, probably in trouble for that. But anyway, I did a review of what I thought of the game. But I just felt that after the game, the amount of stick Mason Mount got for missing a penalty was just crazy, absolutely crazy. A few days before that, we had Kai Havertz, a 21-year-old lad, just in the country, a new team, new league, new country, and he's getting stick. What a waste of money, this, that, and the other. And I just don't think that these people were Chelsea supporters. They might think they are. They might buy a shirt. They might even go to the game. But I don't class them as supporters. You know, I get this. There was a guy made me laugh. Actually, it didn't offend me. I just a guy yesterday, and he was slagging off Lampard. So I just sent him a gif of Jim Gaffigan doing that, yawning, and he sent me, "Who asked you, shit eater?" And I tell you what got me. It was that I thought to myself, who stands there thinking, well, what's the worst thing I could say to this bloke? Ooh, shit eater. That sums up the level of the bloke's mentality for me, and it gave me a right good laugh, I must admit. Not as much as a laugh as his posts when I look back at some of them. He's not a Chelsea supporter. Don't care what. He can argue with me all day. He can think he is, but he's not. I say to these people, you are entitled to an opinion. Everyone is. But go and look at the definition in the dictionary or Google of the word support, and you're not doing it. Frank Lampard isn't the best football manager in the world. Again, he's a relatively young man finding his feet. But he took the job on last year when, to be honest, a lot of top managers wouldn't have touched that, you know, because no transfers, Hazard leaving, and Frank, who is a Chelsea legend and got my respect as a player, he came in, and you know what? He done a damn good job. There were some ups, there were some downs. He didn't get it right all the time. But I'd like to know how many of these morons that go on social media and criticise. I wonder how many times they go to work and get everything right all day. Because apparently they do. I think some of these people honestly believe that football is played exactly the same way as FIFA. And that these young men and these trained athletes, you know, are I don't know, part of a computer game. Not human beings who can get injured, who can get emotionally upset. If you threw one of these morons into a new country and put him in a new job, it was great. He was great in Germany at making hammers, you know. And you get him over here, slightly different machinery. Don't know how to use it. Got a rough idea. He's very good at his job in Germany. They said, oh, he's the best hammer maker in Munich. Get him over here. Put him in a hotel room, away from his family, and say, go on and make hammers, mate. And yesterday, Joe over there, he made 140. You got to beat that today because you was making 150 in Germany. Yeah, but how's this work? You know, and where do I put the stuff? Don't worry about that. Just get on and do it. It don't happen, does it? And yet these cretins, Lampard out, Kai Havertz is rubbish, Mason Mount's rubbish. The only reason Mason Mount gets in the team is because he's English and Frank loves English. No, Mason Mount gets in the team because in the last 3 games prior to last night, when in the second half he did look tired, I admit. The last 3 games he's been arguably the second best player on the pitch. He's been pipped every time, in my opinion, for man of the match, but his input has been amazing. That's why he gets picked every game. And I'm not in the minority of thinking that either. These cretins are. And for missing a penalty, I bet some of these people have never took a penalty in their life. I bet some of them haven't even played in a football team. I bet they've just played FIFA. I play FIFA. I'm a world champion manager at FIFA. You know, why did Chilwell only play 60 minutes? Probably the club doctor. Probably the club doctor said to Frank and Jody, just give him 60 minutes and ease him in. He had 60 minutes the other day, 60 minutes tonight. He had a break at the weekend. And he might get 90 minutes next Saturday. You know, but you get him on there. Oh, Lampard out. He made a mistake. It does my nutting. Jurgen Klopp had the same thing in the first year at Liverpool. All the Liverpool cretins, they were on his case. The real supporters were supporting him. And look what Klopp's done. And yes, Klopp has got a lot more experience than Frank Lampard. But look at Guardiola when he was at Barcelona. They got behind him, and he was lucky. He had a few proper. But then again, who's to say that we haven't got a Messi in there? Who's to say that in our academy? We've got some damn good players, I'll tell you that. But they're not getting supported online. I just... What makes a Chelsea supporter? I don't think you have to go to games. You know, we've argued this, you know. I've been lucky. I've been to loads and loads and loads of games in my time. But you don't have to go to games. You can be a Chelsea supporter and not go to games. But you need to support. I wonder where some of these would be back in the 80s when we were going up and down like a horse knickers. Where would they be? Second division. I remember going to Grimsby when we had about 2 or 3 games left. We had to win to stay up in the old second division. That's League One now. Would these lot be there? No, of course not. They'd all be having they'll have their Liverpool shirts on, or their Tottenham, well, not their Tottenham shirts. They'll have the Liverpool shirts or their Manchester City shirts. They're cretins. But what I think is a shame is that people like Mason Mount, who will be down anyway, because of all the lads at Chelsea, I'd put my house on him scoring a penalty. Glad I didn't last night. I'll be honest, but I'd put my house on him scoring a penalty. Great at dead ball kicks, good temperament, but he missed. He's human. He missed, and all this hatred. It's like last year. You know, when Tammy Abraham was getting stick, he'd had a couple of misses. He had a couple of games without scoring. Oh, a couple of games without scoring. He's rubbish. Get rid of him. I honestly thought there might be a lot of racial undertones into that. I did honestly, but no. No, you got the bozos who abused him racially, yeah, but a lot of them, it wasn't racial. They were just too thick to realise that you can't score every game. Because you can on FIFA. I just say to people, if you watch a club and you can't stand the manager, can't stand most of the players, don't like the board. Can you remember when Marina? Was getting dogs abuse? Now she's Archangel. Marina was getting dogs abuse. Roman had to go. Roman had to go at one point because he wasn't supporting the club enough. He didn't care anymore. Couldn't write it, could you? You couldn't write it. I said in my other video about zombies, you know, if you watch Walking Dead and they're all coming towards you, like, they've got more football brain than some of these bozos on social media. I'm sorry. So are you a Chelsea supporter? That's what I would ask myself before I went on social media. I know I am. Even when I don't agree with a manager, I support them through thick and thin. I didn't particularly like Sarri's style of play. I liked Sarri, I'll be honest with you. It made me smile for some reason, I don't know why. I didn't particularly like his style of play though, but I supported him. I supported him at the ground, I supported him right up to the moment he got the tin tack or left or whatever happened. Same with Conte, same with Mourinho. Right the way back, when you just supported your club, no matter who the manager was. Dave Sexton, very successful. The ones after weren't. Even Jeff Hurst, when he was getting people to cut his grass. Instead of being at the club, get the groundsman round, cut me grass. Have a day off training. Me garden's being done. Supported them all. Viali, Hullet, don't matter. Some of them first time in management. Viali, Hullet, first jobs in management, supported them. We've got to get behind the team. This is a project. This is a project. We've got a young manager who most Chelsea supporters want to succeed, and he's going to make mistakes, and he has made mistakes, and he'll make more again. But it'll get better. It'll get better, as will the team. If by the end of the season we've not qualified for the top four and won a cup, probably he'll be getting the sack anyway. Roman does not suffer falls lightly, and Frank will know this. Frank knows the football club. Frank knows that success is now synonymous with Chelsea. He'll be feeling the pressure. Why don't we try and help him? And when we've got these young men, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, when they're going through a bad time, why not get on social media and say, come on, you can do it. Because you wear a blue shirt. That's called support. Had to get out of my chest. I really, really did. Because they're doing my nutting. I'm going to have a rest from Twitter. I should still go on and see what the Chelsea Echo have got to say. And if you want a good read, the Chelsea Echo is well worth it. Not just my bits. There's a lot of great Chelsea supporters on there who write a lot of common sense. And for you lot out there, the Twitter keyboard warriors who don't know what common sense is anyway, read the Chelsea Echo. Might be a bit of education for you. That's me. Speak to you after the Crystal Palace game. Up to Chelsea.